Greetings, all my friends. This is Maerlande. I am going to attempt some Dominions 4 play. Now, I barely touched the surface of Dominions 4, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to develop a pretender, and of course I have to do this on the map named after me, and I'm going to try it for Lanka. Lanka is a monkey nation. I really like monkeys. So first off, for pretender design, I always start with looking over the units. So we'll just make a quick game, early ages, select Lanka. I don't care what the other nations are, and I'm going to blast through making the pretender because all I want to do right now is look over the nations. I don't care what his name is. Admadika. Interesting. I'm not going to make any changes to the starting setups for a game. I'm just going to open a game and start browsing. Take a look at what I've got. Oh, that's not very quick, but it'll work. It's coming. There we go. In the beginning there was chaos, of course. Lots of chaos. So we'll do the recruitment screen. We'll just start looking through. I see commanders at the top, the nifty new repeat recruitment button. Okay, we have our classic Mercata Scout, and his stealth is 60. Wow, that's tremendous. That's quite a change. The Atavi Chieftain, pretty basic. He's got basic leadership. Nothing really useful there. He's got some stealth. Stealth of 40. That is a significant change from Dominions 3. Bandar Commander. Good leader. Now we've got the new things in Dominions 4 where leadership is extremely important, much more than it used to be. But we'll get into that a little later. So there's a solid commander if I need an independent commander. We have the Bandar Raja. Even better. Squad bonus +2 morale for up to 4 squads. Very nice. However, this is Lanka. He can't lead undead or demons. That's really awkward. We'll get to that in a minute. We have our classic Lanka Magi. Looks very comparable to it used to be. 80 gold for your Blood 1, Holy 1, Raktapada. So no major change here. Bit of protection, good hit points. So it's a good unit, but the leadership. It can lead our demons, but really terrible morale and 1 squad. That's going to be tricky. Yogini, a classic that you use as the main researcher most frequently for Lanka, at least in Dominions 3. I don't see much change here. Looks very comparable to the way it used to be. Price is reasonable. Paths are as it used to be. Jumping up, we have the Kalamaka. I always like the Kalamaka. Holy 2 is very nice. And it's sacred. Yeah, some survival, animal. It's glutton. I don't remember that. I think that's new. Dark vision, I think, was there before in Dominions 3. The random paths are nice. A little extra death, nature, or blood. So, well, unless it's blood, that's still only a single path. Not really tremendous. Nice for potential in communions. But reverse communions have been removed. Okay. The good old classic Rakshasi. Slow to recruit, 310 gold. Now I think these base paths are a little lower than in Dominions 3, but some very nice randoms. You're going to need quite a few of them to get what you want, and it was capital only. Not sure if it's capital only now. If it is, it's going to be tricky. Lightning shock resistant, 1. Hey, resistances have changed in a significant way. This really only means that it can negate 1 damage from lightning or shock. That's not very much. Not going to amount to a whole bunch. It's got susceptible to fire as a Lanka demon. That's pretty commonplace. Doesn't eat. What have we got here? Shape changer. Oh yes, it produces a seducer. That's the same as before. Stealthy 40, very nice demon, of course. 4 survival. Has a supply bonus from its nature magic. This is new. Chaos power. What is chaos? The unit is more powerful in turmoil. Wow, that's tricky. I have never played Lanka with turmoil, but this seems like something might be worth doing. Still, slow to recruit. If it's cap only, We'll have to see. Slow to recruit, takes 2 turns. And the core of thugging with Lanka, the good old Raksharaza. And it's not slow to recruit. Well, isn't that interesting? It does cost a fortune. 405. We're getting up in the price range of a Nifljarl. Nice paths. Air 2, Death 1, Blood 2, and randoms. So we got a good chance of Air 3, or Death 2, or Blood 3. And boy, I sure hope we can get to the point where we're making one of these a turn. The little nature, that's probably almost never going to come into play. Otherwise, once again, the Chaos Power. Wow. And, oh, it's a good leader and a demon leader. So if we're really going to want to lead our demons, looks like we're going to need Rakshasi or Raksharaja, because the rest, either that or we're going to have to summon some. So I don't know. This is all quite tricky. Now, the troops, good old Mercata, no main change. I always liked Mercata. They have a great pile of utility. Mercata archers. But I know something. These are undisciplined, which means you're not going to be able to script them. It's going to make it a lot more challenging to use Mercata in the ways that I'm used to from Dominions 3. You have Tavi Archer, a good archer. The price is excellent. And as far as I'm concerned, the big thing with bows is how many. You've got the old Atavi infantry, pretty poor, especially for Lanka. The light Bandar archer, it's got the longbow, but at 18 gold, you only get half as many as you will Atavis. If you really want to use archers with Lanka, I wouldn't use the heavies. This is one of my favorite units for monkeys, the Bandar light, with sticks and stones. So with a strength of 15, that gives a range of 15, and it's used to be, let's see, yep, 2 attacks per turn, damage -3, but that's 12 damage. That's the same as a short bow. This really adds up. 2 times short bow, so you're basically getting as many shots as Atavi archers for your gold. You will need some resources to build them, so they take time, because usually with all of the monkey nations, sloth is a given. But here we go, into the sacreds. So right off the top, the tough and powerful Kalamaka, 60 gold. That's pricey. I think that's up a bit from before. Resources 20. But they used to be not capital only. You could get them anywhere. We'll find out in a little bit. The Asara has a javelin. Good hit points. No protection to speak of. Oh, chaos power again. So we're really going to have to do some thinking. Now this javelin hits like a ton of bricks. Range of 20. It's for 20 damage plus javelins have an extra 2. So 22 damage. You can really take people out, and I have at times used a specific bless for these, but they were capital only in Dominions 3. I suspect they still are. The Anasura, kind of the core sacred if you're going with a sloth build. And chaos power again. So it's really looking to me like I want to try out turmoil, but I also need to be able to blood hunt. And then the Palankasha. Less resources than the Kalamaka. Good hit points, good protection, big ass falchion. So lots of choice there. Excellent, excellent sacred. So we've gone over the basics. I can see that the Anasura and the Asara are more useful for a sloth build. The Kalamaka and the Palankasha will require some resources, but you could start off, one way I usually do it, is start off with Anasura until you can get some provinces around your capital and start pumping out the Palankasha. And usually, your limits are always going to be your holy points in order to how many you can recruit of a sacred. So I didn't do anything to my pretender. I'm just doing the fundamental analysis. So in my view, I'm thinking I'm going to want to try turmoil, at least for the fun of trying it. Oh, and we'll see this when we get to pretenders, but something new, you don't get bonus points for taking your native heat or cold preference. You just get that heat or cold preference automatically. So we're going to be a little tighter for build points. I think that's a good cover for this first walkthrough of the Pretender design and analysis phase. My next video, I'll start building a Pretender with those goals in mind. Oh, it wouldn't hurt here. We'll have a look, a little bit of air gems, lots of death, good nature. So 6 gems from the capital. A lot of things we can do, but I don't know anything yet about the new research. And we'll get into that. I'm just going to kind of power into these first turns, just get going and learn as I go. So far, all I've done is open a couple of nations, glance over the Pretenders. This is my first serious look. So I hope this gave you a bit of a feel for Pretender design in Dominions 4 and how I'm going to prep for it. Thanks everyone. I'll be continuing this series, and keep in touch for more of my Dominions 3 Spectacle series. It will be going along parallel to this one. Thanks a bunch. I hope to see you in game, my friends. Goodbye.